Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today? It is me, JT, and I'm here with my good friend, Gio.
What's up, you guys? It's Fun Videos by Gio, and that's all one word. But today is the second episode of the Gio and JT under 30-minute podcast. Cue that theme music.
Gio, Gio, JT, podcast, under 30 minutes. This time I did it high. I did that note high. I didn't go down. I did high. I'm not doing that
Yeah,
for
you
the fourth
did.
time. Okay, continue. This is our fourth take of this. All right. So as always, the format is Gio. Our format goes. Gio talks about wrestling for around 10-ish minutes, and then I try to recap it in 2 minutes to the best of my abilities. Then I talk about film for around 10 minutes, and then Gio tries to recap it to the best of his abilities in 2 minutes, and then we say goodbye. Adios.
Adios, amigos.
So Gio will start, and then yeah. Are you? Well, let me get. Oh wait, yeah. We also have a timer, so that way we just, if we reach that, it's you don't have to talk for all that time, but if we reach that limit, that's like, hey, we do need to have time for this guy to talk. All right, Gio.
All right.
Whenever you are ready,
I'm always ready.
go.
All right, so I'm just going to start off like this. I have a feeling that Seth Rollins is going to return at WrestleMania 42. And I have a feeling that not only will he return, but he's going to take out the Vision, meaning Braun Breaker, if he's back from injury in time, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. And hey, maybe even the manager, Paul Heyman. Why not, right?
Wait, Logan Paul's in the WWE?
It's a long story. I can make it work. Logan Paul, big YouTuber and TikToker and other things. He appeared in WWE for like one quick little appearance. He did it again and again, and he did it so much that now he's just in WWE as an official wrestler.
I guess I can do that then. I guess if I get big enough, I could just, hey, I don't have any physical training. I just keep appearing, and if I like lose an arm or something,
Well,
whatever.
I believe he got training for it,
Eh.
I don't think they would put him untrained, just show up to the match. All right, guys, what are we doing? I'm ready.
It's my turn to fight Mike Tyson.
What?
I beat you in video games. I can beat you in real life. Continue.
But yeah, that was a great question though. But Seth Rollins, I do believe he'll be returning at WrestleMania again. If you remember last time I said that Grayson Waller, we believe Grayson Waller is the Masked Man, but he's just filling in for Seth Rollins right now because Rollins is injured, and Seth will take credit for being the Masked Man at WrestleMania. And so who knows, maybe he'll have like a new team with him to take down the Vision. Another thing about WrestleMania, people are rumoring that Chris Jericho will return. I personally doubt that because I think he's pretty comfortable in AEW. I do believe his contract expired though. I'm not 100% sure if he renewed it or not. But people are saying if he does come back, he's going to be facing Gunther. Along with Jon Moxley, some people are saying, they're getting hype. Maybe Jon Moxley will return to WWE. That is another one, along with Chris Jericho, that I highly, highly doubt that he will come back to WWE because he's pretty comfortable in AEW. My next question. How long will Joe Hendry be the NXT champion for, and who will dethrone him? I have a feeling that it's
I know.
Okay. Let's see. Who am I going to call on?
Me. The only other person in this call room. Not even the white painting of somebody. Me.
I guess I'll call on JT.
I think it's going to be John Cena.
He's retired.
Oh yeah, he is. Anyway, continue.
Okay, but I believe his title reign is it's as good as the feel-good moment for it is. I feel like it's not gonna last long. Maybe like a month or two shorter than Ricky Saint's title reign. And I feel like Super Sean Legacy, is going to beat him for the NXT Championship. I don't know when, but I have a feeling he is. There's been a lot of hype with Shawn Michaels hyping him up. It's just, he's been pretty good with it. I also think that Roman Reigns will dethrone CM Punk at WrestleMania 42. Punk has had a good run in WWE, coming back and becoming the World Heavyweight Champion, but I feel like Roman Reigns, being the tribal chief he is going to dethrone CM Punk and make him acknowledge him. Another question is, will we see a feud with Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton? We saw on Friday Night SmackDown on the, yes?
I think, because I have not watched this, they won't.
Okay. But we saw on the, I believe, it was the February 20th episode of SmackDown, Randy Orton versus Aleister Black, and Drew McIntyre came in and hit Randy Orton in the head with the WWE Undisputed Championship and then fled the scene. So could that lead to a future rivalry? I personally think not between Randy and Drew, but I think it does lead up to Elimination Chamber, where it could be Drew, Cody, Randy, Jacob Fatu, Aleister Black, and then I don't know who the sixth member will be. We'll just throw out a name, maybe Gunter or like Dragon Lee or someone like that.
John Cena.
John Cena?
Yeah. He's
retired. I just said that. He's retired.
But he's invisible. Conspiracy theory.
Yep. Okay. So, and my last question for this little segment, who is going to be the future face of WWE? We've seen a lot of future.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's all the time we have for today.
No, I'm just kidding.
That is a great running gag.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of wrestlers become the face of WWE, such as Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, etc. But who will be the future of it when it all comes down? So,
Mike Tyson.
I mean, to be honest with you, in my opinion, WWE is falling off a little bit. They've been getting worse since they have signed with, since they handed the company over to TKO, pretty much.
Why?
But I believe that Sami Zayn will be.
Why do you think they've gotten worse?
What's up?
Why do you think they've gotten worse?
I mean, it just shows the storytelling has heavily degraded the wrestlers. I mean, the contract signings. I mean, it's just all been going down since Vince McMahon, the former owner of WWE, retired. I mean, it's been this.
How would you?
It's been getting more expensive as well to go even watch the shows.
How would you change it?
How would I change it? Well, I'd start at WrestleMania 42. I'd start by Roman Reigns beating CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then I'd have a. Okay.
Maybe. How about this? We'll save that for the next episode. So, ladies and gentlemen,
I like that idea.
Next episode, Gio will be talking about how he would change the WWE and make it better. But finish.
I like that. But like I was saying, the future face of WWE, I think, will be Sami Zayn. As we all know, he will probably be a future world champion, but we don't know when. And I think that's all I have to say about it.
So a lot of my jokes and running gags there, I was just trying to push. See how long can we make this segment?
Yeah.
Because it was a minute longer than the other recording.
Wow.
So.
It's not bad.
All right.
In a minute, it's a minute.
My turn. Okay. So.
You didn't recap.
Yeah. No, I am recapping.
Okay. Sorry. You said your turn, so I thought you were going to go.
No, I'm recapping.
You guys ever feel like, you say something awkward and then you just try to say other stuff to make it non-awkward, and then as you keep talking, especially on
Anyway,
camera, you feel like you're making it more awkward.
so what happened? There's this guy named Brett Howard who he was in injury for a while, but he's the mascot dude, and someone else has been taking it, but he's gonna like go take the credit, and then the WWE's falling off because the change of ownership and like the contracts been getting shorter, the things are getting more expensive. Um, they're trying also looking for some. They're trying to look for a new face, and no one has really been working out. Like some people have, but like no one like as big as before. And the tickets of these games are becoming more expensive and more difficult to get. And that's all I got.
Question: Who at the beginning? Who was the wrestler you said? What name? What was that?
I don't know. I forgot.
You said like Brett Howard or
Oh,
something.
Brett
like that.
Iwards. Oh, he's the voice of Mickey Mouse. Yep, he's the current voice of Mickey Mouse. I said the voice of Mickey Mouse. Like I said it, and I was like, "That's not right. That's not." And I
I
was
don't
like,
even know what to say.
"This
You
is
just
why
see
I
Mickey
said
Mouse
best of
coming down to the
abilities." I
ring.
said best of abilities. I didn't say 100% accurate. I said best of abilities.
Imagine you just see Mickey Mouse coming down to the ring, and he
Oh,
just like wins a
I'm in
championship.
charge of the WrestleMania now.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay, hear me out. I feel like Mickey would do better than TKO.
Save that for next. Save that for the next video. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the filming part. It's the filmmaker's turn. All right, starting my timer. Go. All right, so we're gonna be talking about this episode be talking more about the animated films. Last time I talked about the motion on camera and the animation techniques. I feel like it's better to talk about the animation films and how they changed and shaped up. Starting with silence. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm presenting the screen. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, ladies and gentlemen. Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. We're going to be talking about why I think we're. So, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs was the first. Well, technically, it was the first Walt Disney anime feature film, not the first fully feature film, animated feature film. Because if you read the poster here, it says his first feature length production. Which, yeah, it was also Walt Disney's first movie. But this also says, because there were other full feature-length productions, but because Snow White and Seven Dwarfs had all these elements that Disney had become accustomed to that you would see in their shorts at the time, it's the reason why we say Snow White and Seven Dwarfs is the first full-length animated feature film. Now, this I wanted for the first couple of Walt Disney movies, they were distributed under RKO Pictures, which I believe, if mine let me double check. They worked on a lot of films over the decades. They were like one of the big, yeah.
Okay, I know you're talking about film, but the guy I was talking about earlier, the wrestler, Randy Orton, his finisher is called the RKO.
That's funny.
That was kind of unrelated.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's fine. But back in the day, RKO was one of the big five Hollywood studios, and yeah, and they're still around, but they aren't as big as they used to be. But yeah, for like I believe the first 13, no, wait. 14 Walt Disney animated feature films they produced.
Okay.
So that's Snow White, Seven Dwarfs to Peter Pan. Then Disney made their own production studio that they produced it, Buena Vista. But then it was kind of Buena Vista. Now it's just kind kind of, it's still there, but they just never really credit fully it. It's never, because there's no longer opening credits. It's never like, I miss opening credits, man. I love just
Yeah,
before watching a movie, just seeing all the animators, like all of their names and stuff. It's really cool. But anyways,
yeah.
let's talk about Snow White. So Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, like I said last time, I talked about rotoscoping and the animator supervisor. Well, a lot of that was used in the live action footage that they would rotoscope to. But a big part, because I watched this movie recently, I did a review. Go watch it. Um, was the music. I said in that review the music is the best part of this movie, and it still is. The music really does a real good job at sound effects too. Like when someone's creeping, the sound, the score will sound like it's creeping too, and it does a really good job of just setting a tone for this. Um, um, and let's see. Let's now talk about the next Walt Disney anime feature film, Pinocchio. So, why do I always do this? I always do this, Just
It's all right. Hey, don't close out the wrong tab.
I did it. I put that tab somewhere else. Pinocchio. So this was the second Walt Disney anime
Pinocchio.
film, and this one had a lot more to do with the story of it than Snow White. While Snow White was kind of boring, this one really had more of a plot to it. So the big part of this movie that really came down was tracking shots. There's a lot of shots that you kind of just see tracking shots of from one place you zoom out to go to another place. That is heavily used in this movie. Water animation. The scene where Pinocchio is trying to go find Monstro. There was a lot of people drawing all those bubbles, and another big thing about it was how can we make this scare every children for the rest of time, which they did
Oh, I know that's right.
very successfully.
I know that's right.
R.I.P.
That
Lampwood.
movie scarred me. The donkey scene, holy crap!
Yeah.
I was scarred for life, bro. Traumatized.
Everyone is. I've become desensitized by early Disney scariness.
That's
But
why I didn't
also,
watch the live action one when it came out.
oh, don't. It's bad. Look,
I'm scared.
I could defend that movie, but I shall not. Anyway, we're talking about the wrong thing. We're trying to talk about animation, not live action. So by the way, this movie was the first animated feature film to win the Academy Awards, winning two for the best music and original score. The best music got "When You Wish Upon a Star," which has now kind of become Walt Disney Company's signature song. Um, though Pinocchio and our next film were commercially flops because this movie came out in 1940. What else was happening in 1940? World War II. And because why Snow White was such a big success is because it was also shown overseas. Pinocchio unfortunately was not. It was not originally shown overseas because there was a war going on. And so this film actually flopped at the time and pretty hard. And this flop unfortunately continued to actually, in my opinion, would have been an underrated film, Fantasia. I think Fantasia, it breaks the mold of, it doesn't need to be a simple story. It can be its own little, it had multiple other stories in between. It's an anthology, a beautiful one too, that has great music and some not good stuff, but otherwise very interesting. And the Sorcerer's Apprentice, in my opinion, remains to be one of the greatest pieces of animation the Walt Disney Company has ever done. And Chernobog, The Night on Bald Mountain is also just amazing. And this movie was a big risk. This movie interviews stereophonic sound, which is basically, when you go to a movie theater and you hear a bunch it basically introduced the idea of having speakers behind you and around you,
Oh,
allowing you to
nice.
hear all the things. Yeah, it was the first one with it. So that way the people could feel like they were in a concert when they weren't. And this movie was only was ever in 13 cinemas at a time. It would travel around like an actual concert, and it would be this big event. I mean, it was even on Broadway for like a year or something.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. But just like Pinocchio, unfortunately, this film was a flop. Again, it came out in 1940. World War II was happening in 1940. So for a long while, it never got loved the way it deserved until VHS. It became the highest sell Walt Disney film on VHS in the
Really?
80s. Yep, that's a true fact. And so
I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna have to like bite my tongue whenever you talk about this movie because we both know I don't like this movie.
I will
This movie.
show you it. I will show him
No, this movie
Fantasia.
traumatized me too.
It is not
Something.
that bad, okay? Chernobog's actually it's better than the Lampwick, okay? It's less traumatizing than Lampwick, okay? Anyway, so I think Fantasia is also one of my personal favorites. It is such an experimental film, and I honestly personally think Disney could do something like this. Now, obviously, unlike Fantasia 2000, which we will talk about because we're going to talk about, I've decided we're going to talk about all the Walt Disney animated feature films. We are. Even the bad ones, like Chicken Little and Home on the Ranch.
I've never actually watched Chicken Little.
Oh, I'll show you both of them. They're really bad. But unlike Fantasia
Really
2000, which was okay, I think Disney should choose better scores. Like maybe something from like maybe The War on Mars, which is a very, if you've heard it, it's very Star Wars esque. I know, and inspired John Williams, but I feel like that would be a really good score piece, and other pieces that I need to learn the names of and listen to more orchestra music. But that's all I have. Yeah,
All right.
I have 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining on my timer. Safe to say, I feel like that's under 30
All right.
minutes. Your turn. Time to recap it, bud.
Alrighty. Let's see. I may or may not have worked smarter, not harder. I wrote it down on my phone.
I did it. Dig it. Rule. Oh, that's a rule next time. I'm kidding. I don't know.
Next time. I got you. All right. Let's see here. What should I read first? Snow White was the first Walt Disney film. RKO was a big Hollywood type studio, although it isn't as famous today. Music in Walt Disney films really set the tone for the movie and for the scene. Disney succeeded at scaring children.
Yep.
And Fantasia was a big. Huh?
I didn't hear that last part. It glitched out.
Oh, I said Fantasia was a big hit, but not wasn't instantly. It because of World War II, so it
Yeah.
became a big hit over time.
It was more of like it wasn't like it just no one saw it because it. I mean, even though it was this traveling thing, it was like a very like a concert theater in the sense like formality. Like they even had like programs they were handing out to people like you would be at a concert. Yeah, it's very interesting learning it, talking about like these original. Like, it hurts me when I say original because it's like, oh, Disney doesn't make original content. Yeah, they do. You just don't watch it, and some of it's bad. Okay, look, but all the stuff Bob Chapek, who was the former Disney CEO a couple years ago, but then said Disney animations for kids and got fired. He actually said that in an interview, and then fired for who knows why, because he said it.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
So there's this guy named Bob Chapek. He was
right. What'd he say? What'd he say?
He said animation is for kids.
Fired. Fired.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, like
fired.
I think like a week later, Disney was like, yeah, we're firing him, and then brought back Bob Iger, and now Disney has a new CEO and a new creative. So like, I don't know the new guy. He's more into the park stuff. I'm more of an animation and the film side. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in this new leadership that they have here.
Nice.
But yeah, overall, yeah. Well,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, I feel like is this under 20 minutes? We'll find out. So see you guys next time on the next episode of the JT and Gio podcast. See y'all later.
Bye.